It's a real living organism. It's called Who Gets the Credit? And it happens a lot with males. I don't know if this is part of the women's ecosystem, but I can tell you for men with egos, alpha males, everybody always wants to get credit. And credit blows up. Boy, it's a lot of it in sports because you get the alpha male and then you get the rich. The coach is rich, the GM is rich, the owner is really rich, and the players are now rich, and guys got to get credit. Seattle Seahawks dynasty, it was going to last forever. Oh, Pete Carroll wanted to get credit, and Richard Sherman and the defense wanted to get credit, and Russell Wilson didn't say anything, but he wanted to get a little credit, and it blew up. And then the 49ers with Jim Harbaugh went to the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick, and everybody wanted to get credit. And Trent Baalke, the general manager, wanted to get credit. And Ned York said, what about me? I want to get credit. And Jim Harbaugh said, I'm tired of not getting credit. And Colin Kaepernick's like, I'm pretty good too. And it blew those two teams up. The 49ers and the Seahawks were humming. They were good. They were young. They had the coach. They had and they got blown up because of credit. Magic Johnson reportedly had a positive phone call yesterday with Kawhi Leonard. Oh, that's funny. Who leaked that story? It ain't Kawhi. He barely talks. That's Magic Johnson because Magic wants to get credit. Why? Because Magic Johnson has a massive brand. And when he quit, it was a really bad look. Remember that press conference when he quit? He didn't tell anybody, and he started ad-libbing. Everybody's like, is Magic crazy? Is Magic nuts? He didn't tell his bosses. Remember how bad that press conference was?
Have you really not told me?
No, I haven't.
Did you tell Rob Pelinka?
Nope.
Have you had any communication with LeBron about this?
Nope.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Magic quit, didn't tell anybody. And then the Lakers were able to land Anthony Davis without him. Ooh, it's time for Magic's brand to get a little resurrection, so it moves back, and he's on the phone with Kawhi. He's going to save the Lakers because Rob Pelinka badmouthed him. You don't badmouth Magic in Los Angeles. So Magic is going to make sure this gets out so he can say, I got you, LeBron, and I got you, Kawhi Leonard. I'm not knocking Magic for this. I'm just telling you how it is. He's got a big brand. I said when it happened, Magic has a right. He has worked very hard to craft this brand. He has a right to protect his brand. Facebook right now trying to protect their brand from the government. We got companies all over the place trying to protect their brand. Why can't an individual? Magic Johnson has a right to protect his brand. It's the strongest sports brand in Los Angeles. I mean, it's the strongest individual sports brand. Now, the Dodgers or USC, but I'm talking as an individual. Magic's got the strongest brand in the city, and he's protecting it. So he's leaking these stories to let you know, I got you LeBron, and I'm going to get you Kawhi. And by the way, this credit thing, why did the Dallas Cowboys break up? Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones. It was a dynasty because Jerry Jones wanted more credit. Why did Tiger Woods and his swing coach and his caddy break up? Because the caddies and the swing coaches wanted more credit. Yankees, Torrey, Cashman, Randy Levine, Steinbrenner. I got to get more credit. For the record, if you don't live in Los Angeles, this may not be something you're aware of, but Pat Riley, Jerry West, and Phil Jackson are not buds. Why? Because they all thought the other guy was getting too much credit. That's why they broke up. There was always a fight for that. Now, I'm not in the credit business. That's Visa. Okay? But these sports teams and the GM and the coach and the star player and the owner, so all this thing with Magic and this story with Kawhi and the phone call, the only reason that leaked, because Magic's like, time out. My brand took a little ding here. The quitting, you landing AD without me, I look crazy and kooky. Magic gets right back in there. I'm going to save the dynasty. I'm actually defending him here. If I had the biggest personal sports brand in a city the size of Los Angeles, and it took a ding for about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 weeks, I'd probably try to protect it too. Joy Taylor with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
Well, speaking of not getting enough credit, Kevin Durant shook up the NBA landscape Sunday night, leaving for Kyrie Irving, DeAndre Jordan, and the Nets.
Yeah.
And there was quite a level of drama with the Warriors, including a well-publicized argument with Draymond Green that may have played a part in his decision to head to New York. And according to Mark J. Spears of The Undefeated, when asked about all the negative things that transpired with Durant and the Warriors over the past year, a close source to Durant said all that showed a lack of respect for one of the greatest players to put that uniform on, and the fact that he took all that abuse and still put his career on the line to help them win. Now, remember, this video is getting a little circulation now because he left, obviously. It was kind of a slap in the face from Bob Myers, a little comment he made at the 2018 NBA championship parade.
And then I heard you tell Kevin Durant he can have whatever contract he wants next year.
Yeah, that was just for the media. He can't have anything like that at all.
Mid-level.
Yeah, mid-level, behind closed doors.
Because I think last year he told Steph he could have any contract he wants too.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, that was different. He's been here from the run, the way before days. He's earned it.
And there ended the Warriors' cohesion right there.
Oh boy, I don't classify that as abuse though. It's just a
that's a strong word to use to classify that situation. But I will say, I mean, that's tough to watch considering the fact that he left. No, that could have had nothing at all to do with it. Me personally, as I like to say, I'm petty, which is a very nice way of saying that I hold grudges forever and ever.
Yeah.
So watch what you say because I never forgive you. I don't know if Kevin Durant is like that, but we do know he does care about what other people say. So if he cares about what people on Twitter say, I have to kind of imagine that he may care about his GM taking a jab about how he's not as important as Steph Curry on stage at the championship parade.
I remember we both talked about this on the air. When Draymond did that and said those things, there's a lot of things your wife or your husband could say to you in a fight. There are certain lines that are very dangerous to cross, and I did think calling Kevin Durant what he called him. You can go look it up on the internet. You and I both talked about this. I said,
no. There's certain things you can't come. You can forgive, but you just don't all the way come back.
I thought Draymond just crossed. Even with friends, there's lines I'm not going to cross. I thought it when he said that with Draymond. I'm like, dude, you can rip a guy's game, but when you get personal and call him that B word, I'm like, Kevin Durant, that's going to leave a mark somewhere, in some indelible mark somewhere in the head.
Now, we're all just looking for breadcrumbs to try and figure out why it is he really left. And, maybe at some point he will reveal what his actual motivation was. And maybe it was this and maybe it had nothing to do with it. But it's just every little thing matters when it comes down to the way that these free agency moves go down. So it's been more than 2 years since Charles Oakley was arrested and escorted out of Madison Square Garden following a verbal altercation with James Dolan.
So surreal.
It's one of the worst moments in sports history.
It's so bad.
Easily. And the Knicks legend believes that the incident is still impacting the team's ability to attract top talent.
A lot of them is still upset about what happened 2 years ago. I don't know, people respect me, and a lot of stuff wasn't right. From the commission on down, nobody's trying to address it, but the players seen it for themselves. And, they're not trying to go environment like where someone says something, somebody going to come over the top, hit them with an axe, or somebody going to come and, do whatever, put handcuffs on them. They don't want that kind of environment. So for the fans, New York is New York. But for the players,